Hello and welcome to Legislative Report. I'm Anthony Tezak. Joining me today to talk about year-end issues is your state representative, Josh Kail. Representative, welcome.
Anthony, how are you today?
Yes. You recently put out a co-sponsorship memo that would help with recycling. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so a stakeholder in my district came to me and said, hey, listen, we do manufacturing, we're in plastics manufacturing, and there's a number actually within the district, and they want to be able to take plastics from the public and be able to recycle them at the plant and turn them into a renewable source of something else. And right now, it's you're not able to do that unless you fit within a certain category. So we're trying to expand it a little bit so that more people can responsibly recycle. We have issues with recycling, we have issues with plastics, and we want to make sure that any way that we can encourage people to clean up and reuse something, I think it's a great win. It's a win across the board. So it's something that we're working on, and hopefully early next year we'll be introducing legislation to that effect.
And the co-sponsorship memo is just the beginning of this process.
Yeah, so the co-sponsorship memo is just gathering consensus amongst my colleagues, letting them know what I intend to do shortly into the future. And we've had a great response already, and I'm looking forward to a solid bipartisan bill that's going to get across the finish line soon.
Recently, House Republicans have taken certain issues and made them a focus of the legislative days throughout the year.
Yeah.
Recently, smart justice was an issue that was spearheaded by the Republican caucus.
Yeah.
Why was that chosen, and what are some of the more important overhauls that you've seen that are going to benefit people?
I think criminal justice reform is critical because we want a fair society. We want a fair society, but we also want a just society. And there's ways that we can fix the system as it is now to accomplish both of those goals. And I think we've done a great job of doing it with this package of bills. What I was especially appreciative of was the fact that while we did allow people to get back into the workforce and people that have shown signs of rehabilitation to do that quickly, it also respected the rule of law and respected the difference between a violent offender and people that have done certain terrible crimes and people that were there for not as terrible of crimes, things of that nature. So I think we really did a good job of making sure that accountability is still there and maintaining the integrity and the seriousness of the system, while also saying, hey, we need people in our workforce. Once people get out of prison, they should be able to be reintroduced to society, and they should be able to work in society, and we need to make sure that people can actually do that. Because if they don't get a job and if they don't go back to work, statistics show that they're going to end up back in prison, and then they're costing the state money, and we have individuals who aren't being productive members of society that otherwise could be.
And finally, recently, Fire Chief Mike Mora from the Hanover Township Fire Department was detained overseas. Can you give us a little more info on that?
Yeah, so it was brought to my attention that Chief Mora was detained in Thailand, and a group of us in Washington County had got together and said, you know what, we want to make sure that we can do whatever we can to make sure that the trial is fair, and that it's speedy, and that we can get Chief Mora home. By all accounts, he is an upstanding citizen, and there was some sort of misunderstanding, it seems to be, but either way, we just want to make sure the system's going to be fair and let him know and let Washington County know that the delegation is behind him, and we're going to try and do anything that we can. We've reached out to our federal representatives as well, Senator Toomey and Representative Retherfeller, who is his representative, and we're working with them to just make sure that these things are done right, and that our constituents, even when they're overseas, know that they have representatives that are looking out for them.
And I'm sure that goes a long way, especially with him over there now.
Absolutely.
Representative, thanks for taking the time out.
Absolutely.
And we hope to have you back at the beginning of next year to talk about what you have planned.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Yep.
That's all the time we have for today's program. If you have any questions about what you've just seen or any other state government related matter, Representative Kail's contact information will be on the screen in just a moment. Thanks for watching, and please join us again next time.